And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, here we go. Good morning, friends and traders. Welcome to the market forecast for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2022. I'm already having a bit of a day here. I use a Keurig coffee machine for my morning coffee, you know. And I put the K-Cup in, I closed it, I turned it on, and then I left the room to go to the bathroom, and I came back and there was coffee all over my kitchen. I forgot to put the cup underneath, and the reservoir overflew. So that's the kind of morning I am off to. I might make one or two trades to start the day, and if nothing exciting happens for me, I'm going to quit, because I know a bad setup when I see one, right? So let's get into it. The economic calendar for today. So Fed Chairman Powell is supposed to speak at 7 o'clock Central Time. I have yet to see anything as far as news from that cross the tape yet. Oh, here we go. Just got one. 21 seconds ago. Fed Chairman Powell said the central bank supports innovation in digital financial products, but said it is easy to see the risks of certain new technologies, including cryptocurrencies. So, as more information on this comes in, I guess we'll just review it on the recap later this afternoon. How about that? Other than that, we've got new home sales out at 9 o'clock Central Time, and the EIA Petroleum Status Report out at 9:30 Central Time. As far as what was happening overnight, here's a couple of headlines that I was reading. On the economic front, COVID cases are spiking in China once again, and they have sent COVID-19 inspection teams to 10 provinces in a race to beat the Omicron surge. Moderna will seek emergency authorization of its coronavirus vaccine for children younger than 6. That's what the company said this morning. Russian National Settlement Depository said that Russian holders of Russian corporate Eurobonds could experience delays in receiving their payments. Reuters put that one out a little while ago. And Russia will also start trading in some local stocks, ending the nation's record-long shutdown that was meant to shield domestic investors from the impact of tough sanctions. They will also not allow any short selling when those stocks reopen today. And the Wall Street Journal says that with gasoline over $4, consumer interest in electric vehicles is growing. Wasn't that kind of the whole point? Weren't gas prices going up before the Russia-Ukraine war? Well, there you have it. Speaking of the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukrainian military has mounted a series of limited counterattacks in recent days, claiming to retake Makarov on the outskirts of the capital of Kyiv, as well as pushing back occupying forces around the southern city of Kherson. On the other hand, though, Ukrainians are fleeing Mariupol as Russian forces continue to push forward there. So that's an ongoing thing that we're looking at. As far as commodities, on the gasoline price of gas front, Biden's menu of options for high gas prices includes a possible gasoline or holiday gasoline tax holiday, or gas cards that would provide rebates to consumers. Potential deals to remove sanctions on Iranian and Venezuelan crude exports, and possible relaxation of the Jones Act, a law requiring domestic cargo to be carried on American-made tankers using union labor. The Wall Street Journal also reported that Brent crude prices rose to more than $18 a barrel after Russia said that oil exports via a pipeline from Kazakhstan to the Black Sea may temporarily fall by around 1 million barrels a day, which represents about 1% of global oil demand. They cited storm damage as the cause of this. And nickel futures jumped as much as 5.5% on the London Metal Exchange, its first gain since trading reopened in the wake of the historic short squeeze. How do you guys feel about that? And with that, I'll see who's in the room. Ricardo, good morning. First in the room. Wins the prize today. Who's next? Tachyon, Brian, Shaw, Bill Phillips. Good to see you, Bill. Jeff Martin, Scott, Spencer. Also good to see you, Spencer. Zachary, Dan Amons. Dan had personal longest trade ever, 13 hours and 23 minutes and 8 seconds. Not sure if I'm comfortable being in trades that long, especially since we have to be flat. But this one started at Globex Open last night. You're fine there, as long as that position is rolled to the next day. If you're flat and re-enter, you can keep it on all day. And you shouldn't feel uncomfortable keeping a trade on that long as you have your targets and you're managing your risk properly. Don't ever sweat being in a trade too long if it's doing what you want it to do. Alright. Franchino, hi. Elisio, Terry, Denise, Laura, Sarah Hall, good morning. Alfred, Jake Crockett, Federico, Spencer, James. Alright, here we go. Hitting some repeats here. Everyone refresh the page. Is there something wrong with the stream? Are we starting to come in now? I'm just going to keep going and jump into these charts. I did refresh the stream on my end. Alright, I'm just going to keep going. You're going to be a minute behind me, some of you. My apologies for the delay, but let's get right into it. So, for today, start with the daily and the ES. So the ES tapered off just a bit during overnight trading. Tested yesterday's high, but missed it by just a couple of ticks here. Volume was a little weaker yesterday, and ES lost the June contract lost about 13,000 in open interest, which is likely the reason it tapered off a bit during the overnight trading, but it was able to take out this mid-February high right here during yesterday's session. Tested yesterday's high, but missed by a few ticks, like I said. You can see that the 10-day moving average has crossed above the 20-day moving average, and they're both converging on the 50-day right now. This double bottom trade that I've been monitoring missed the measured move profit target at 45.17 here overnight. But if you remember Hoag's 10% rule, if the market stays within 10% of your profit target for a certain amount of time without getting hit, just get out and move on to the next trade. So let's take a peek at the 4-hour chart. Yesterday we talked about this 10-period moving average on the 4-hour chart being just a dip buyer's dream over the last 2 weeks. Buyers have come in every time this line has been tested. In fact, it really hasn't traded below the 10-period moving average since last Tuesday. And this move up looks pretty healthy to me. Every step up is a higher high with a higher low, consistently strong volume on the up moves. Taking a peek at the 30-minute. Let's open this up a little. So, overnight inventory looks to be short. Buyers failed to take out yesterday's high, but it doesn't look like it was from a lack of effort. It spent a good amount of time trading above yesterday's value area high before breaking through the VWAP and all of these short-term moving averages. From there, it fell right through yesterday's point of control and is now, and it was hovering around yesterday's value area low, but sellers have come back in again as we speak. Overall, this market still feels strong. Momentum is still pointing higher after taking out this that high from February 16th, there might be a chance to buy some weakness today. We might see a little profit taking and possibly a chance to get in on the long side, but I am not looking to fade this one at all right now. I'm just going to check back over here. Okay. So on to crude oil. Here we go. The daily in crude oil. So there's a nice volume spike on yesterday's move lower. You can see that right there, corresponding red bar with the volume spike. And the May contract added about 1,300 in open interest on the break. So that's telling me that there are probably some trap shorts from yesterday, and the squeeze is on right now. There's a good bet some stops are lying in wait, not far above yesterday's high, just above weekly kickoff high also. Let's see what the 4 hour is telling us. So we're right back at the high. You can see here traders were jockeying for position between this 10 period moving average and the VWAP for most of yesterday's regular trading hours before breaking out to the upside this morning. It's just a short ride back to yesterday's high. We're almost there. And weekly kickoff right here. Weekly kickoff high right here at 113. On to the 30 minute. Oh, it looks like it just did take out yesterday's high by a couple ticks. So overnight we spent a fair amount of time trading inside yesterday's range, and overnight inventory is definitely long. This is a healthy overnight rally with volume increasing on the upswings and decreasing on the downswings. Looking at these last 2 days of trading, it looks like the bulk of the movement happened during the overnight session, while the regular trading hours have been mostly consolidation. We just took out yesterday's high, but I might be looking for that same type of pattern to continue today. Overall, we were still trading inside of yesterday's range until just a minute ago, and there's a good chance they'll put the squeeze on these trap shorts, which we're seeing right now. So my next bet would be for some sideways price action after we hit some stops. And we'll follow up on that this afternoon during the recap. Onto the NASDAQ. This is a 30. Let's jump over to our daily. So just like in the ES, the NQ tapered off just a bit during overnight trading. Tried to take out yesterday's high, but just missed it. Volume was a little weaker yesterday, but the NQ did gain about 7,700 in open interest, while the ES lost about 13,000 in open interest. Not sure if I mentioned that. So volume, also similar to the ES, the NQ took out this mid-February high during yesterday's yesterday's trading session, and we are obviously testing the weekly kickoff high right now. Overnight tested yesterday's high, but just missed. You can see that the 10-day moving average has crossed above the 20-day, and they are converging on the 50. Just same scenario as in the ES. Let's take a peek at the 4 hour. So, again, yesterday we talked about this 10-period moving average for buying the dips. We keep seeing buyers step in every time this line is tested, and just like the ES, this move up looks healthy. Every step up is higher high, higher low with consistently strong volume. On the 30 minute, so we spent a good chunk of time trading within yesterday's value area and above yesterday's point of control before crossing these short-term moving averages and making a run towards yesterday's value area low. We just crossed through the value area low. We're still inside yesterday's range, but ticking lower, volume steadily increasing. Just like I said with the ES, this market is strong, but it's looking like we're going to get a chance to maybe buy some weakness today. Maybe not jump in front of the train, but if you see a good opportunity, maybe a retest of yesterday's value area high, which coincides with Monday's value area high also, I could see some potential and right around these levels here, down at 14,420 to 14,400. Those look like a couple of areas of prior congestion that might see some buyers stepping in if we get down there later today. Let's take a look at what crude oil is doing on the open, shall we? Pull up this 1 minute chart. So a little weakness to start. We have a couple short-term moving averages here, but we're not far off the high, just a couple points. So we have our opening range here. High of 1311, low of 1282. That's a little smaller of an opening range than we've been seeing in recent days. Still kind of wide, considering. But volume has been picking up a little bit in crude oil. I'm looking through some chat now. Some people can't see the stream. But let's move on to gold for now. So after, let's get the daily up. So after yesterday's test of the weekly kickoff low, we have more consolidation overnight. Volume continues to dry up, and the April contract lost about 25,000 in open interest during yesterday's session. We also have the 10-day moving average converging on the 20-day, and momentum still appears to be pointing lower, but not oversold. Can't call it oversold yet. Earlier this week, I said this could be a bear flag setting up, and it looks more and more like it every day right here. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. So, this one is still looking range bound to me. Dancing around the short-term moving averages the last couple days. And it almost looks like there's a bit of a bull flag setting up here that could be maybe a little more prominent than this bear flag. We'll have to wait that one out and see, but we're still moving sideways. We are stuck in congestion right now, or consolidation. Let's see what the 30 minutes says. So overnight inventory is still long after some consolidation in yesterday's value area overnight. Ran up to test yesterday's regular trading hours high and has moved back down inside yesterday's range. There was also some decent volume on this down move right here at 6 o'clock. And it looks to be a little follow through. Now there's a rally, a little follow through, followed by some buyers stepping in. I'm really expecting to see some more choppiness from this market for now, though. We have some. Since this market has been so range bound, I just want to bring up that we have some great content on our website for trading range bound markets, and there are some opportunities in the gold market right now, if that is your thing. So don't be afraid to check out our website and just do a quick search for trading ranges or range bound markets. Now on to the 10-year. So this 2-day break in note prices has put the 10-year yield at about, last I looked was 2.37% this morning. But after putting in a new low early in last night's overnight session, we did start to see some buyers stepping in. Here's that 4 hour. Yesterday I asked what could possibly hold this market up right now. I'd assume it's just a little bit of profit taking as the market gained 47,000 in open interest during yesterday's break. And then I was sort of looking to Jerome Powell's speech this morning to see if that was going to be, if that would have any effect on these treasury markets. And still, there's not a whole lot coming out. It seems like he was addressing crypto markets and a few other things aside from interest rates. But I'll continue to monitor that throughout the morning and maybe report back on it later this afternoon. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. After putting in the overnight high, prices slowly push back above these short-term moving averages here and back through yesterday's value area. So right now we are hovering right inside of yesterday's value area. We tested yesterday's low, made a new low, came back through. This market is still weak in my opinion. Momentum is still pointing lower. You're getting your volume increases on the down days. We did see some buyers stepping in just above yesterday's value area high. In order to hold this up, we need to take out yesterday's high first of all. And possibly Monday's point of control, which I believe that's where we'll see some major sellers stepping in. This market is weak. I'm not looking to fade this one. I'm not looking to get long this one. I think all you can really do in treasuries right now is look for good opportunities to short. That is my opinion. And with that, I'll scoot back over to the live stream. Let me just move something around here. Still getting all the logistics for my screens figured out. My apologies for people that can't see the stream. I'm not sure why half the people are getting it and half the people aren't. It's something we'll definitely look into for this afternoon. So my sincerest apologies. It looks like we have viewers in there, but not everybody is getting it. Some people are saying it's just coming through. I wonder if you're catching the end or if it's starting at the beginning. I'll have to go back through and test a few things out, but we will get to the bottom of this before the market recap this afternoon. So with that, if Hoag's watching, we're going to take our deep breath with you right now, John. Everybody, have a great day, trade well, and we will see you this afternoon. And again, apologies for this mishap with the stream. We'll get it figured out for this afternoon. Thanks, everyone.